Good morning, everyone. So that sell-off from yesterday certainly looked like it had some bear market fangs to it. No follow through to it yet. We'll see how the day develops, but so far it looks like, well, not looks like, we are forming a trading range here at resistance. Whether it's bullish or bearish is still not known yet. I think by the end of today, if we don't get some movement to the downside, well, I guess it's neutral to partially bullish if it can hang up there, which would actually be about 4 days of hanging up here at resistance. So again, it'll be interesting to see. And so as we always do, we use our, what I like to call factory work of analysis rather than kind of look at the screen in maybe different ways day to day and wonder, what is this telling me? At times it can get that way when it's things are getting erratic. And what we always do when prices get erratic is to condense the time frame. Meaning, you can look at a 5-minute time frame and say, well, it's going down, it's going up, big bars up, breakdown failures. There's just communication of confusion there. And that's what it is. That's what the takeaway is. And you stand aside, or you move to a higher time frame, see if it makes sense. If not, you go to a higher time frame, see if it makes sense, and so on. So what's happening, as I said, is we're getting a trading range. And so far, looking at the S&P futures at the beginning of the day, while we had that big pop on the jobless claims, it didn't retrace very far into the big red bar. So this is still in effect, let's say, of a bearish day, reversing a bullish day with a range actually expanded a bit. And so on the way here was a range expansion, and it continued to move up, and you had a red bar ignored. And this green bar had very small tails. And, where it opened, it didn't go down much, and it rallied up into that resistance with authority as if it was going to keep going higher. And that failed. And so we start the day with a very minor move into the red bar. It's a positive bent on it as well. It didn't break down or gap down, or didn't make much of a move under here, but we shall see right here. So as you can see the trading range here, you can see the top, the deep retracement, and the move up here. And people are saying, I don't know, this looks like it's, we did our measured move thing and the declining 50 MA, and it's in a downtrend on the hourly time frame, and it's in a location where it could roll over. And buyers aren't running for the hills yet. And I said that yesterday. I said it in the letter. Don't expect these buyers to give up in a moment. It'll take a little time. And that's what distribution patterns are. And we'll see if this turns out to be a distribution pattern and we get a break to the downside. It's not totally clear yet. It could just be some uncertainty where it eventually breaks higher. We have to see. So be nimble, be a day trader for short profits while we're in a trading range here, because the charts don't tell us yet that there's something significant happening. Now, if it breaks to the downside here, I'm just looking at the S&Ps, well, the next stopping point intraday is reasonable. It's worth, trading for a profitable day trade, but the next stopping point isn't all that far away. So you got to keep that in mind to keep your bias and your perspective in alignment with what the chart is, and then see how it actually develops. Now, breaking below here, well, now things start to pick up into a tradable void, and we get bigger moves. So we'll just have to see how this develops. Right now, we've got support down here, right around, I guess, 2750-ish, and we've got the resistance up here at 2850-ish, and we're right smack in the middle. So whether you're bullish or bearish right now, you're kind of sitting there saying, I really don't know. And we'll see how it all goes. Right? All right. Oh, John tightened on Boeing, Boeing yesterday. John's asking me in YouTube there. MT Live started and, we had gotten ready and, that motivated me to just close the position. And I guess it's in some part luck, but we closed that short right at the low of the day. That was great. So NQs, this looks so far bullish, right? You got a wide range bar. Remember, regardless, we look at one chart and say, well, measured move done, declining 50 MA, red bar, should go down. And we look at the one showing relative strength, and we see a wide range bar, which could be a wide range bar ending, and it did come after a bottoming tail bar and some consolidation. So it's not as if it was running up and got the wide range bar. But now if it retraces deep, right, we said, well, if the red bar here, let's back up so you get it all, the red bar, how far does it retrace into the red bar? The deeper it goes into it and closes it, the greater the probability that it gets negated. Well, same thing on the green bar side. The greater this retraces into it and closes into it, the more bearish it'll be. So far, the factory work is that it's staying in the upper half. At the beginning of the day, we don't know what this will look like, but if at the end of the day, this is a red bar closing down here, well, you all know what that means. And then we'll have broken this support level. Right now, it's at the top and consolidating. So we got very different pictures going on here between these two markets. The one that has shown relative strength continues to do so, and the weaker continues to do so as well. But the weaker isn't all that bearish either. Now, a little bit more confusion added to what we're dealing with here today. The Dow has been the underperformer, right? Smack in the middle of the range again, right? Top of the range, bottom of the range, middle of the range. Which way is it going to go? Right? Hasn't retraced very far into the red bar. So similar to the S&Ps, we're waiting below here. Well, should be falling like a rock. There's nothing to stop it from going down. And so we'll see. And as you're looking at, well, you might look at stocks in the Dow and see which ones look similar to this. So as this breaks, those could be good shorting opportunities. And, the move up yesterday as the markets recovered formed some bullish green bars against trading ranges or red bars. And if those green bars fail, right, those should be good shorts because they'll really set up the unexpected. So something else to keep in mind. The Russell here, same story, just a wider whippy range. It's down at the bottom of the range here. So obviously weaker. But if the market should get some legs under it and move up, this could be the outperformer as it plays catch up and rallies into this void of this red bar. And so you might look at all of this and say, well, what about this and that? Well, I'm going to just tell you in the short term, forget about it. Focus on this. And if this bottoming pattern can play out, this is going to have a decent long opportunity. So we're still here in neutral mode as we start the day as to which way is this going to go. So we'll just have to figure it out as we gather more information. Well, bias more of a short, Paul, only because prices have run up no matter where we look, and they've hit various resistance areas or creating them. So the weekly charts are in downtrends. So it makes sense. But it just hasn't played out yet on the daily time frame or the weekly time frame to say, hey, let me get more aggressive on the short side. Well, yeah, it was short YM, long the NQs. That typically doesn't go very far, but yes, it could, not at the same time, but yes, we could be shorting YM while the NQs kind of sit there, like a rock and hold things together where YM doesn't really tank. So still trying to figure it out. As the day goes on, we will. Oil, right? Just teetering to break through this $20. Yes, Amazon has been like, wow. Somebody used the expression, the Donald checks are coming. People getting their checks yesterday and getting stuck in the house. You always look for, why is this stock moving? It was kind of like sitting in the water doing nothing for a while and underperforming last week. And now it's a rocket ship in Amazon. And maybe all the Donald money is going into Amazon as people go in there and, spend this money to buy some feel goods, little presents. I don't know, Anyway, oil is down here for the third time on the $20 level. It poked under it yesterday and now it's holding and just kind of floating there. So another neutral chart for the moment. Obviously weak and in a downtrend, a bit extended. Look at the distance from the 200, how far it's dropped, right? Yeah, they're buying vitamin C. They're buying everything. I mean, kind of funny, but my wife, she goes like everybody else's, whatever, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever, go get the nails done, right? Well, the nail place is closed. She just go on Amazon, buy me nail polish remover and base and colors and whatever. So, those kind of things people are buying that they normally wouldn't. So, it's why you hear Amazon's, putting on more employees. Bonds moving up here, another trading range, right? Top of the range, bottom of the range, held over here. I said, right, look to the left. Gold, right, just hanging up there, bullish sideways action. Silver, right, sideways action. Everything neutral. Everybody's kind of sitting like waiting for the next shoe to drop, or right, you starting to hear, oh, we're going to open up early. Maybe that rockets the market, or maybe, right? We got these trading ranges going here, but, if Trump comes on and says, hey, we're opening up, 20 states tomorrow, maybe the market rallies and, that maybe that, I don't know, could be a short-term top, right? When you have prices going sideways as we do, we're always looking for a reason for something to move one way or another. Whereas it's trading and trending, I should say, we don't ask so many questions or look for so many reasons as to why. Market internals got way extended into the bearish end, and I've explained that this was actually a positive back here, that it moved so quickly and it moved quickly again. So all of that is positive, but it got overcooked. Sentiment is neutral. So we don't have alignment between sentiment and breadth at this point. But we've got, you can see the spiders, you get different pictures. You got a little breakout failure that gap down yesterday from a gap up, right? This bearish island reversal kind of a pattern. So another reason to be maybe a little bit more bearish, looking for that bearish gap down to follow through. It's just not happening yet. And so, you can see the same patterns, like little doji bars or opens and closes together and small candle ranges. Momentum is slowing down. There's uncertainty here. All right. Not so much. Why island are so, not that they're so important, Ludwig. They're just such an obvious bullish pattern or bearish pattern where, and this one isn't so big, but it gapped up, right? It gapped up. It had a bottoming tail on the dip and it says it's going higher, and then it gaps down. So it creates a tremendous amount of uncertainty. And the gap up and the gap down after a move like this into resistance is bearish. So now we need to see if there's going to be some follow through, right, to the downside here, or whether the correction is sideways. I'll repeat, we're neutral to bearish here, waiting for something to happen. an event. Dan calls it something, something, right? It's like, show me. Transports, right? We know the airlines look like garbage and so on. But kind of just chopping along there. Right? YM. So there's a much more bearish one. So as you look at what I call the day chart, 9:30 to 4, you get different pictures in the futures. Gap up, 3 days going sideways, right? It had been going up, break out to the upside and go higher. Definitely thinking that at this point, but it gapped down in a big way. But it's just hanging on support. It just hasn't fallen apart yet, right? It's neutral everywhere, right? Up at the top of the range. So here, that's the long and short of it. While we wait for more information for this to provide it to us, right? Sometime during the day, what's going to move it, we'll find out. And as I said, we'll figure it out together. That's it for me, Dan. All yours.
All right. Wonderful. Yeah, the NAS has just been incredible strength lately. Someone on YouTube asking about ADS, Condor, Iron. Okay, Marsh is asking about ADS, and then, all right, we got a couple Condor questions here. ADS, just question mark, so I don't know what your question is. But you had a big gap reversal there at resistance, and now it's just chilling at the midpoint. So there's absolutely nothing to do with this. Unless you're just day trading a certain pattern. The daily is nothing, and it's actually relative weakness. We have a number of bullish positions that we have our eye on today. Lulu, we were stalking into the close. NVIDIA, it's ATVI, Trip. I mean, there's so many other bullish patterns. Hey, Greg, remember I did a chart lesson? We actually gave this to our subscribers as Etsy, this beautiful double bottom, and I pulled it up today. I saw it on the ticker. I'm like, wow, look at that big run from that W bottom. Beautiful. So the reason I'm showing you this, folks, is to just give Marsh many more examples of bullish patterns out there. Someone's asking about Home Depot as a Condor. I think we can find better because this one is kind of just sloshing its way up. Although it did gap under a green bar, you do got a sell setup on the weekly. So yeah, I could see it. I could see it. I just prefer it the daily. We're more horizontal with flat MAs. And someone's asking about SPX Condor for tomorrow. Kind of same answer as Home Depot. Sell setup, gapped under a green bar. So they're okay. They're okay. Let me look at opens here real quick. In the weekly options trader, Zulu Sierra, beautiful. Oh, so talking about strength, look at this one. We entered this yesterday. Did I lose my pre-market? Yep, sure did. Thank you, TradeStation. I didn't ask for that. Greg, look at that. Lost my pre-market again. I just want to scream. Yeah, my pre-market is so important to me. Let me X out of this. Nice, it won't let me exit now. I think Alex put a bug in my TradeStation. Look at that, it won't let me exit. All right, give me a second. Like I said, I can look at the daily, but Pre-market it just disappears. I start off with pre-market and then they just say, oh, okay, I think I'm going to take it away from you. Why not? Give you something to worry about. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see if I can get pre-market back. So anyway, we have Zulu Sierra put spread, looks great. All right, thank you, got it back. With yesterday morning weakness, we entered a Facebook call spread for next week. We did it far away, the 185s, 190, and Nike over the tops, the 88.92. Hey, that's a good idea, Alex. Yeah, no, I like that idea. All right, let's go through swinging options trader real quick. AMD, we're still long half lot. That was a beautiful, well, let me go back to that because that was just a beautiful red bar ignored breakout. Oh, Greg, Shauna asked me for a trade and there's one right there. Although I was looking for a bear trade, but I'll write myself a note. Hawaiian Airline, we have a put spread. You know, I'm going to be watching these things every day to see if they're going to bottom. They're still, you know, we talked about W bottoms or relative weakness because of the deep retracement relative to the SPY, and now it's in a coma here. But comas are fine for our put spreads. Lilly, we sold 2/3 of our position. Beautiful breakout there 2 days ago. Michael Jackson, we are long stock and Tilray covered call. It's in a coma, but we're making money on the short call. Let's now continue with, so I mentioned those were some. ITB is housing. They had housing starts today. Down 20-something% as expected, I'm sure, but no pattern there. So I'm just getting rid of you. PLT, Gertz. Yeah, that was on our list from yesterday, right? Or did you, no, something else you gave me. I forgot that we were going to trade today. Remember yesterday I said a couple things over today's high, and this, was this it? It looks very similar to something you gave me. The Myrna's a different one. Let me just keep going. Yeah, Myrna still looks higher. The monthly is you know, is overbought, but the daily's not. So it's basing very well here. Sure, Myrna's possible. Let me put that in the upper right window. Yeah, looks good. I wish the puts were juicier and we do a put spread also. Bottoming pattern here that I'm watching, and just this beat up, you know, leisure sector 6. Play was another one. And that play is having a hard time. Ruckus 2450, gap's too big, you're gone. Work was one. Another, I posted this in the Facebook group today just as a lesson. Beautiful 100% retracement of strength, 40% pullback after 100. That's exactly what we teach as bullish retracement concepts. In fact, I got to put that in our reach. You know, whenever I see a beautiful thing, I just grab a screenshot and then add it to that directory. So that is just beautiful 15, beautiful multi-bar reversal, creating support over time because there was no pivot here, right? There was no support, but it created it over time. It gapped up, red bar ignored, price void. That was perfect. Perfect, perfect. You know how we say we're trading patterns that suggest a probability of direction, but we have no idea what it's going to do when we enter. But that one was such a no-brainer. You just do it and manage in between. And it's going to work or it's not going to work, but the odds were overwhelming. Twitter got a downgrade, but no pattern. Ganga, absolutely it is. Absolutely. I think I looked yesterday and I didn't see anything. Gertz, BBBY. Let's see, it's gapping up. Is it over? Yeah, it's gapping up over the red bar's high, but you got no price. You got no price void. Look, it's gapping to a 2 days of resistance. Have Gertz or McGraw, have you ever played football? Pretend this is you. And these are, those are 2 big, ugly defenders. Good luck getting through them, without some injury. So I like the gap, but I don't like the daily price void. What do we got here? Glob earnings, I can't tell. G Pro earnings, that's garbage. I'm just getting rid of you. Square had a downgrade. Wow, it was down only 75 cents when I looked earlier. 58.75, we mark it off. 58. All right, so that's gapping under these 2 bars. So this would be a bear call credit spread for tomorrow, if we could get anything over the highs there. This was the other one that I said that I went sideways. MGPI. Let's see if that can take out a 10-minute high with the market acting bullish. MGPI, that's the other one I was asking you about. Ring had a WRB breakout, so that's on the list today. Oser was on the list, another Corona stock. It's a flag pattern. It's a bullish monthly, but it's kind of sloppy there. Lulu, I like a lot. Lulu and NVIDIA we were tempted to nibble overnight, but I'm sure some of you did it, like Quick Draw McGraw. But I decided not to based upon the weak close in the broader markets, and I'm totally fine with that. I have zero coulda, shoulda, woulda. If you did it, you're getting paid. The chart looked great, but just my trading plan, I decided not to because it expires. Derek, your drop down, please. Oh, you fixed it. Got it. Derek saying Apple long over pre-market high. Sure. Yeah, if the market's holding, sure. And there's the bell right now. ATVI. You got to give it a big stop, but yeah, daily, weekly look higher. TSM earnings, but that's an ADR. Put spread though, McGraw, TSM. Sun had earnings. Sloppy. Wow, look at poor Rad. Had a bullish run, had earnings. Wow, these bulls had some wrong information if they were, buying that into earnings. BDX, yeah, maybe 10-minute high if the market's holding. Yeah, and a little gap breakout. Nice 15-minute chart, and if it hits, it'll be a red bar ignored. Yeah, I'll put that in a little window here. And look at NVIDIA, bottom right, is perking. NVIDIA looks fantastic. I said target 300 bucks. I spent a lot of time into the close yesterday saying why I was bullish on this over the high of these two bars. I spent like 10 minutes talking about it. As long as the market's holding, then this is a go, 5-minute high. Look, spider's still neutral. Q's top of the range, so it's not. Diamond's neutral. It's not a no-brainer here. IWM weak. The internals are not giving me a no-brainer, not good light, a green light. So just keep this one. I have it here, obviously, 5-minute window. Keep it on your long watch list. That and Lulu. This pool is a big mess. OFG, not a big mess. Love. Alex said he was in love one time. Now it's gap and crap. Key, another garbage bank. Here's a nice little gapper. Triple IN. That ain't bad. Buy 5-minute high, stop below. For a little day trade, got a price wood, that ain't bad. That's 932. I personally would just wait 5 minutes on things. I see our Zulu Sierras holding well in my other computer. Honeywell, well, actually Honeywell. Look at this. It's a beautiful sell setup on the weekly. A little breakout failure. Oh, we got to keep an eye on this. As a short, McGraw also call spread. See if check call spread on that. Yeah, Microsoft. I was tempted to give that. Well, actually, 2 days ago. 2 days ago, it had a beautiful 15-minute breakout, but then it gapped down yesterday. Yeah, Microsoft looks higher. Sure, I like it. I like it. I like NVIDIA a little better. It's cleared this prior high.